Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Another book review for you today, and it is Ice Creams at Emerald Cove by Holly Martin. Ice Creams at Emerald Cove is the third book in the Jewel Island series by Holly Martin. I'm sorry, said her name twice there. The first story was Aria. The second one was Clover, and now we have Sky. Aria, Clover, and Sky are all sisters, and they live on the Cornish countryside at Jewel Island. Now, years before, Sky had gone to Canada and got citizenship in an not so unheard of manner, and that was by marrying Jesse Hamilton. They agreed that their marriage would last 1 year, and that's exactly what happened. During that year, however, they fell in love, and over the course of several years, they had pretty much a friends with benefit relationship. Divorced by now, but anytime she was in Canada where Jesse lived, or she was in England on the Cornish coast where she now lives, they would get together because they really had strong feelings for one another. Well, now we reach a point in the story where their future comes into play as to where they are going to go with their lives. It's quite obvious that they have strong feelings for one another. Whether they admit these feelings to each other or the intensity of these feelings to each other is a different matter altogether. But nonetheless, as you read the book, you feel the vibe, you feel the connection, you feel the draw. But there's baggage. Baggage, and I don't mean this in a negative sense, is Jesse has a 12-year-old daughter named Bee. So he's very concerned about Bee's future and the impressions that him being in a relationship would have on Bee. But there's also an aspect that concerns what happened with Bee's mother, and her name was Ginny. So that's the baggage that Jesse carries. Then there's another huge conflict in as far as what could possibly happen with their lives, and that conflict plays into the fact that he lives in Canada and she lives in England. So that's 7,000 miles away from each other. So it's a friends with benefit relationship, and at best it's a long distance relationship. But through the years, if she's there or he's there, if she's in Canada or he's in England, they get back together. So several times a year, over the course of years, they have this relationship. Now, Jesse and his daughter Bee, they headed to Jewel Island, they're in England, for what was called the annual pudding parade. Jesse is an exceptional chef. Sky and her sisters Aria and Clover are running a hotel, and Jesse's culinary skills come into play when he hits England. Now, as their feelings start to get stronger, they have to address where they live. They have to address Jesse's past. They have to address how this will affect Bee. However the course of the book went, it was a very warm and wonderful story. In fact, I gave it 5 stars. Not only did I enjoy Sky and Jesse, but I also enjoyed seeing Aria and Clover again, because continuity to me is very important. Yes, this book could have done quite well as a standalone, but I had the bonus of reading the other 2 stories first. And then another strong character that you can't talk about this book without mentioning is Jesse's daughter, Bee. She was wise beyond her years, and I loved her role in this book. Whether it was helping her father develop recipes, or whether it was showing how drawn she herself was to Sky, or whether it was how Bee felt about Sky and her father getting together. A very warm, wonderful, touching story. I think this is probably just a trilogy, So if it is, this is the last book in the Jewel Island series, And if this is indeed the last book in the series, I'm going to tell you the series went out with a bang. Excellent job, Holly Martin. I want to thank her for this. I was invited to do a blog tour. The date of publication for this book is March 12th, and that's when this review will go up on this channel. But my scheduled date for the tour is not until March 14th, which is when my written review will go on my blog. So that's it. It's called Ice Creams at Emerald Cove by Holly Martin. I want to thank Holly Martin for this book, I think I just did. And the link for this book will be in the description below, and the cover will be up on the screen this whole time. And if you should buy the book via my Amazon link, it's an affiliate link. And as an Amazon affiliate, if you were to purchase the book, I would make a few pennies on the book, but it won't affect your cost. Don't miss this book, and if you can, get all 3 books in the series. You won't be disappointed. All right, that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.